Wait for it. There we go. There we go. All right, man. We back with another episode. Tried this the first time. Motherfucking shit want to be stubborn and shit. But you know what? We here. So it's all good, man. Welcome to another episode of the Playback Reel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. It's been a very, I guess, eventful sports weekend. Eventful and uneventful. Eventful for all the wrong reasons. Starting out, NBA All Star Weekend. We just got to get this established right now. All Star Weekend is nowhere close to what it used to be. It was to the point that this year I forgot all about most of this shit. I forgot what time the dunk contest was, any of that stuff. Which I mean, you ain't really missed nothing anyway. And the celebrity basketball game, forgot all about that shit. My mind is in NASCAR mode right now. It is not on NBA All Star. Maybe whenever things heat up, then I'll focus more on the NBA. But All Star Weekend is one uneventful mess that Adam Silver made worse every single time that he tried to restructure the format and everything. The last time we had a good All Star game was one of the gimmicks that did work was when they had that little game, I guess 21 at the end, the year that Kobe passed in his honor. That was the last time it was actually legitimately good. Other than that, man, All Star Weekend has been no defense. People just chucking up threes. People essentially playing horse in the middle of the game. Dunk contest being forgettable. It was peak whenever we had Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon back in 2016. Funny how that year keeps coming up. Everybody talking about how good that year was, man. We really did have a good in 2016 when you think about it now. We are nowhere close to that in the NBA. I was looking at the highlights from the dunk contest. None of those dunks impressed me. And it wasn't that they were, say, easy to do or anything. It's just we've seen all the dunks already. There's really not much you can do. The highlight was Jace Richardson making a fool out of himself. And I'm sure his dad is Jason Richardson. So it really makes it look bad because Jason Richardson was like a dunker for real. Won the contest. Jason Richardson, horrible lob from whoever threw him the ball. And he over here just getting hung by the backboard. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Then homeboy from the Heat was dancing after every dunk. It's like, bro, chill out. You doing dunks that we saw 10 years ago that are generic dunks on 2K for the dunk contest. Like, relax, bro. It ain't that serious. But yeah, the dunk contest, trash. 3-point shootout. It makes me side eye the hell out of it that Damian Lillard won when this man is recovering from an injury. I'm like, like that's not a good look. Maybe it's a good look for Dame, but for the league, that's a horrible look. A nigga who is injured is out here putting on a clinic, shooting. Like, come on now. What are we doing now? Celebrity game, it is what it is. Adding a 4-point line was stupid, very gimmicky, unnecessarily gimmicky, should I say? Because most of these people are celebrities. They ain't got range, like they ain't got NBA range to start with. Why did you add this ridiculously long 3-point line there? Like the Steph Curry 3-point line. Like, what are we doing? And speaking of celebrity, why the fuck is Jeremy Lin and Taco Fall in the celebrity all-star game? Like, these are former NBA players, one of which plays overseas currently and is 7 foot like 8. Why is he out there? This man scored 20 some points, had 21 boards, did not win the MVP. We know he should have, but realistically, like, nigga, you supposed to do that against a bunch of regular sized people. But why is he in the game? Why the fuck is there a 7-footer in a celebrity game who actually plays basketball? Make it make sense. Like, find a 7-footer that doesn't play basketball professionally or in college. Find one of them. Because I remember reading a stat. I think it's like 17% of 7-footers are in the NBA or something like that. It's some crazy, oddly low number. And it makes me wonder, where is the other? I gotta do the math in my head for a second. 83. Where's the other 83% of these 7-footers that did not make it to the league? Find them. They might not be famous. Find them. Shit, make them famous, and put them in there if you really want to do that. That's what I want to know. Why is Taco Fall there? Jeremy Lin seriously should not be in there. Like, it's not like he's like decrepitly old and shit. Like, what are we doing? So It's a mess. And then they try to redeem themselves with the actual all-star games, plural, which is ridiculous, by making them competitive. Sure, I'll give them this. They were definitely playing a little bit harder than they usually do in an all-star game. Sure, but it's still gimmicky as hell, and it's not a guarantee that every year they're gonna be playing hard like this. Like, sure, Wemby might take it serious. Anthony Edwards gonna talk his shit. He gonna take it serious to a certain degree. That's fine and dandy. But you made it more complicated than it need to be. If you're gonna do this shit, make it East and West like it's been. If you wanna bring a little pizzazz, make it where they can actually wear their jerseys and not an all-star red or blue jersey or light blue for that third team. Do some shit like that, but nah. We got to do all this extra gimmicky shit in lieu of the Olympics, the world versus two US teams, mind you, one young, one old. Like, come on. Kawhi Leonard, he was cooking. I ain't gonna lie. He was doing his thing. Of course, it was in the Intuit Dome where the Clippers play. He from LA, makes sense. But the OGs ran out of gas in that last game, and it was just unwatchable. They might as well got skunked. Like for real, they might as well just got fucking skunked. Like that was horrible. First couple games, I was like, I'm gonna watch it, see what's up. Okay, that's decent. Last game, I couldn't even pay attention to it. Just cancel this shit at this point. Cancel All Star Weekend. Adam Silver, he can't do shit right. Why am I getting a demo? Oh, that's not. That's damn. That text big as hell. God damn. Anyway, I got on the side anyway. But yeah, All Star Weekend was trash. It really set in like football season is over with, and it's like a double edged sword. On one end, it's like that's nice. That's nice. I get to chill. I get my Sundays back. That's decent. I ain't got it dominated by 10 hours of fucking football and shit. Cool. On the flip side, it's like, damn, football season over with. Like, we got NBA, and it ain't the good NBA. This the bullshit NBA we got now. The only thing that makes it kind of bearable is the presentation is slightly better, I guess, across the board, not ESPN, since they've done the whole restructuring of the TV contracts and all that. I still miss TNT. But they did their thing in that aspect. On to this, what Caleb said right here. He said Michael Jeffrey Epstein Jordan, ironically middle name Jeffrey. Yeah, man, Michael Jordan. And it is funny. It's funny that this happened this weekend because one of my friends texted me on Friday talking about the Epstein list, and he's like, he found it odd that Michael Jordan wasn't on the list. And fast forward a couple days, and then this shit happens. His race team, or should I say, his and Denny Hamlin's race team, won the Daytona 500. Tyler Reddick, the 45 car, won the Daytona 500. Led the last lap. It looked like Chase Elliott was going to get the win, but it was very aggressive. They were super aggressive on the end on them last couple laps, but mainly that last lap. I knew some shit was gonna go down. I saw the type of racers they had there. They had Ricky Stenhouse, who's nicknamed Recky Spinhouse. He's known for driving overly aggressive on super speedways. He's got a couple wins under his belt himself. Carson Hocevar, known for wrecking people and driving aggressive like a young Kyle Busch. You knew it was gonna happen. You just knew it was gonna happen, that somebody was gonna wreck, because it always ends up like this for the Daytona 500. Same way it was when Michael McDowell won back in 2021. So you knew it was gonna happen. Tyler Reddick got the win. But the one who stole the show was one Michael Jordan because of his interaction with Tyler Reddick's son in Victory Lane. A lot of people making these bullshit excuses talking about, there was ice stuck in the little kid's shirt. Yeah, no. I didn't see any wet spots on his shirt to make you think there was ice. But Michael Jordan was getting a little frisky. I'm not gonna post the video. Y'all can find it for obvious reasons. Touching all on his lower back and just like areas that you should not be touching a kid. Especially, this is not your kid, Michael Jordan. This is not your child. Weird as fuck, weird ass behavior. Caught on national TV. You see some people talking about, man, this AI. The fuck? That ain't no damn AI. Stop it. That is, if AI is doing shit like that, man, we need to review some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Michael Jordan is not beating allegations after that shit. I've seen some people saying LeBron would never. I'm thinking you've never heard of Culver City Pizza. Then, if you saying that, you've never heard of Cappy Pondexter. If you think that about LeBron, shit. Since we on it, Kobe, he got a questionable pizza related tweet too. I know he quote unquote passed, but none of these niggas is necessarily innocent from this shit. So I'm gonna say big name with this one is innocent from participating in these type of things. Sure, there's some that might not have did it, but they know the shit go on and they ain't saying nothing about it. But yeah, man, like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Found it even more ironic. I didn't even realize this until I saw a Threads post about it. Michael Jordan, which it should not be a shock. This stat should not be a shock at all. First black owner to win the Daytona 500. I mean, it is NASCAR. Racism and NASCAR kind of go hand in hand. It took them forever to just ban the Confederate flag, so that shouldn't be a shock. But the fuck, man, what the fuck? Come on now, what the fuck? What the fuck, Michael Jordan? And people still gonna buy the nigga shoes too. That's the crazy part. What's good, Big Pontiac? What's good? Someone said his shirt was wet. Shit, that damn sure ain't no ice. I can tell you that. That is that was sickening for real. Like, all bullshit aside, that shit was sickening, bro. Like, that's one of the things that kind of triggered me for real. Like, people doing that shit in general. Like, you a fucked up ass individual for doing that and thinking that shit okay. I get it. You got money and you can get away with it now, but at some point that shit is eventually gonna catch up to you. And it's caught up to some people now. But another thing I found interesting about the whole Daytona 500, I done talked about. I don't know if I made a post about this or not. It might have been in the Discord. I mentioned this, but Denny Hamlin, he is the other co-owner of 23XI, along with Michael Jordan, who had the whole legal battle with the NASCAR throughout last season and all that shit. But that's irrelevant to this. I found it interesting that last year, near the end of the playoffs, he's like usual. He's always in the contention. He's one of the last four. Excuse me, whether it be to have a chance to win the NASCAR championship, and he's really like I like to consider him like the Dan Marino, Buffalo Bills type driver, for lack of a better term. Like, he's always there when it's the regular season. He'll get you some wins. He'll get you like 5. Sometimes he's got 9 to 10 wins and still didn't win that motherfucker. And every single time in that last race, he falls this short. This past year, he had it in the bag. There was a late race caution. Everybody else took 2 tires. He took 4, which means he lost a good amount of track position. And it was a crew chief decision, which the crew chief is no longer with the race team. Joe Gibbs Racing, that is. Then he had to race through a bunch of other cars that he had fresher tires in, so he had to race his way back within like the top 5. Fell just short, didn't have enough laps to catch Kyle Larson or any of the other competitors that actually mattered. And they showed this clip of him looking like the same way Josh Allen looked after the Broncos beat the Bills, like they defeated. This looked like this was my best chance, and I'm probably never gonna get another opportunity. He had that look on his face, like it was. I'm trying to think, who else have I seen this look from? I guess Dan Campbell, when the Lions lost to the Niners, like he knew this was his best chance, and this was it. Denny Hamlin had that look on his face. You could just feel like this weird energy behind it and stuff during the interview. But the whole storyline during the playoffs, especially them last few races, was Denny Hamlin's dad was battling the big C. He was in critical condition. Basically, they were saying this man is on the clock. His dad did not pass during the season. Obviously, Denny Hamlin did not win the championship. Kyle Larson did. In the offseason, about a month ago, Denny Hamlin's parents' house caught on fire. The mom survived. The dad, who was battling the big C, did not, due to the fire. And it's ironic that him and his friend, because he's known Michael Jordan for years, he used to go to Charlotte Hornets games, Bobcats, or whatever, whenever Michael Jordan was the owner. They built a relationship over time before they formed the race team. Ironically, both of them lost their dad. Ironically. both in, I guess, freak accidents. And look what happened. Their race team won the Daytona 500. Mind you, Denny already got 3 of them things himself as a driver. So I don't know how far this is gonna go for Denny Hamlin as far as winning a championship. I'm looking at him very closely because it feels like that's the one thing he needed to do to finally get over the hump. But at the same time, and I always preach pattern recognition, I've seen Denny Hamlin fall short way too many times for me to fully believe it's gonna happen, you know? So that's my thoughts on that. Let me see what the people talking about. What the people talking about? So whoever owns the NBA hates basketball and the fans. The biggest thing is they care more about the international fans. They don't give a shit about American fans. You see that with the NFL. Goodell is quick to put teams to play in Paris, Australia, Germany, UK, all these places where American football is not a normal sport they play. Like the only other place American football is really normal in a sense is India. We know India ain't the cleanest place. Let's call it what it is. That ain't the cleanest place. Very grimy area. I doubt they touch India anytime soon unless they just desperate as hell. Unless they get to a point. They get NBA desperate, maybe. But yeah, they have ruined basketball. Professional basketball, that is. When the stadium was empty, the Intuit Dome, that is, probably had to use lights. I'm glad somebody on TikTok was able to actually have a phone there and show how empty it was. And it made me wonder because about a week ago we talked about the Royal Rumble in Saudi, and they do the same LED lights effect that they were doing in the Intuit Dome, which they did that for Monday Night Raw when they debuted on Netflix too, and Money in the Bank. I think it was Money in the Bank. Yeah, Money in the Bank too. But anyway, and I think one of the things about that was they said it was kind of empty there too. But it made me wonder if they did that in Saudi to try to mask that as well. Because I don't know about that one. If it was or wasn't, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. But as low as the tickets price were there, like $13, I'm sure Saudi's got $13. If not, that's my fault. But yeah, All Star Weekend is not what it used to be. Nowhere close. So MJ got the Diddy virus. That's the first time in a while I have not seen his eyes yellow. They Tatum. I said Talon. Tatum, Halliburton, and Dame all faking. Oh, because they all got the same injury, all in the playoffs, all with the same jersey number. Yeah, I think we talked about that before. You can see NBA gifting Wemby and Spurs a title early because we don't know the longevity of Wemby. Spurs, Knicks, Pistons. They definitely gonna get one. The Spurs for sure. Like Wemby, that's one of those big time. Speaking of big time, Open but yeah, that's one of those big time, kind of once in a generation type players they push in. I can see that. I will say this about Wemby. It is unfair as hell that he's 7'6". He don't have to jump to dunk and all that. But I like the fact that he's actually what's the word? I want to say stays serious, but I guess he got some type of competitive nature to him. And that's something the NBA has been missing too, is that whole competitive nature because everybody's buddy. They friends and all this shit. You need people like that, or Anthony Edwards, or Dylan Brooks, somebody who's gonna talk shit, troll, keep things competitive instead of just this buddy bullshit. But KD got drama now, but can win last year of his contract. I think that nigga done, bro. That nigga done. So where's the kid's dad? His dad was the race winner. He was in victory lane, probably with the crew chief. Looks like this even worse. You would turn him into a NASCAR commercial over your son. What's that? Michael Jordan. Intrusive thoughts kicked in. NASCAR still mad Mike beat him in that case. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna end too well. That shit ain't gonna end too well at all. So Mike don't do social media, but dang, he got to know about the Epstein files and how that would look. He got no cameras all on him. Of course, he know camera. Camera's been on Michael Jordan his whole life, or since college, really. Camera's been on Michael Jordan, even if it wasn't social media. He's also at that age where like he don't give a fuck. You find it odd that on the day Michael Jordan won a NASCAR Daytona 500 as the owner, he has a live humiliation. That's just fucking nasty. That's what I'm gonna call it that. I feel like calling a humiliation ritual gives it kind of a pass. That shit's just fucking disgusting. That's what the hell that is. And ironically, Michael Jordan's birthday is tomorrow too. So he got himself a little birthday gift. That's on Katie Braun and Michael Jordan ass on Twitter. When are they not on any, or Michael Jordan's kind of the one they usually don't be on too much. Kevin Durant, they always be on his ass on Twitter. LeBron James too. He got people defending him. He got people gonna call him out. It's gonna be this constant back and forth where they argue on the same points and they get to the same point and get to the same spot in the argument every single time. I heard they bringing back the finals logo and trophy on the court. About time. That ain't gonna save the league. They need more than that. The worst, nah. The worst is when them niggas put up 200 something points. That was about a few years ago, and that's what kind of sparked the change for them to change the whole format. When it was, I forgot the final score, but it was 200 and something to 200 and something. It was egregious. Yeah, I saw that. That ain't no what they say heart condition. That ain't no heart condition. Diddy All Star Weekend. That's crazy. Think they feel like they've already reached the peak of sports entertainment in America, so they're targeting internationally. They could have did better. The NBA over the last few years, they could have done better. All Star game wise, or really All Star weekend wise, there's only so much you can do. I guess with the dunk contest, that's the one that's kind of maxed out. Like it gets to a point where you've seen every dunk. Then we got these right here where you can go up and look other niggas who dunk that aren't in the league to do way better and crazier dunks. And then it's like when I see the dudes in the NBA do the dunks, it's like this ain't even that impressive. I seen better on from some dude on IG. But they definitely need to do something else. Switch it up. I don't know if a 101 will help or what, but they need to do something else. To all the NBA players or actors, that's why the product is ass. Massive overgeneralization. No, that's a lazy ass take. Not true. The biggest reason is this fuck nigga Adam Silver tinkering with every little thing that doesn't need to be tinkered with and fucking up the playoff system. For one, why the hell is there a play in? That's stupid as fuck. Either you made the playoffs or you don't. Fuck this play in shit. Fuck this in season tournament shit. That's stupid as fuck. Why? Why? To emphasize the players try harder. And now this nigga talking about getting rid of the draft lottery to reduce tanking and then have rookies just sign as free agents. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we know the draft is rigged. Everybody know that shit, but still, that's your solution. Just sign them. Come on, bro. So it's a lot that's fucked it up. He'd be like, "Get me out of here! I'm done with this Diddy league." And mind you, KD a hooper, bro. Like ball. If Baller's life was a person, that's Kevin Durant. He just not going about like a Kyrie Irving would, where he's speaking out on every single thing, or not even gonna say everything, but a lot of stuff, to the point where he getting essentially blackball from the league. Did Jordan sacrifice his dad for stardom? I'm sure somebody in the chat can answer that question. You should know the answer to that. He probably gonna announce his retirement before they did. You know what's fucked up is that man didn't even play in the All-Star game. Curry, that is. And I remember seeing a lot of people say, "Yeah, I don't want to watch the All-Star game now because that was the main reason I wanted to watch because Steph Curry shooting threes and shit." I don't blame him. Steph Curry's entertaining to watch. It was funny is the guys in the park do better dunks than the pros. Here's what I think it is though. Besides the fact we seen the same dunks, it's really the fact that we don't get to see the top guys dunk. We're seeing all of these G leaguers and bench players you got to Google before the dunk contest. Like that used to not be a thing. You used to know who the fuck they were. Now it's like I got to Google who the fuck is so and so for the Heat, or who the fuck is, I ain't gonna say Jackson Hayes, but you get what I'm saying. So a lot of these players, you got to Google who the fuck they are. That's the issue, and that goes back to a certain player that plays for the Lakers who had an opportunity to be in the dunk contest, but he bitched out. And ironically, that same motherfucker has been in the conversation, but the GOAT conversation, and the two people in that same conversation participated in the dunk contest. That's when the shit went south. The dunk contest, that is. Sure, there was people to kind of stabilize it and maintain it. There's been some stars in there for sure, like Dwight Howard. Nate Robinson made a name off the dunk contest. I ain't gonna shit on him. Hell, even Mac McClung, he has some impressive dunks, but just bad timing for Mac. Paul George, when he was a rookie. Donovan Mitchell. So there's been some, but it wasn't like the top guys. That's the problem. Telling he has kidney failure. And Brandy sung the national anthem at the All-Star game. I haven't seen Brandy in years. Last time I saw her was on the game. It's the Diddy Boy Basketball Association now. And in the politics, that's what hurt them too, the politics. You seen what LeBron said about that country over there with the white flag and the blue on it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That ain't gonna bode well. They doing that same shit with WWE too. Trying to do the reach in for overseas because they got the money over there. And you gonna see how bad it is, WWE now, how bad it is whenever they have WrestleMania 43 in Riyadh. You think Royal Rumble was questionable and iffy and shit? Wait till WrestleMania 43. Just wait. They might pull John Cena out of retirement and make that nigga wrestle. Same three teams in the East: the Bulls, Hawks, and Heat. Exactly. Same three teams. And the fucked up part is that the results don't even change. It'd be the same team every time those three are in it. It's like, yep, there go the Heat. Yep, there go the Bulls falling short again. There go the Hawks. They got an opportunity, but they fuck it off like usual. Said I'm scared to answer the Michael Jordan father question. Nigga, you just slow and don't know the answer yet. The best dunk contest was Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon. Nobody knew them. People knew them because this wasn't their first duel in the dunk contest. And on top of that, these niggas was actually playing. Like Aaron Gordon, people knew he was from college. Shit, Zach LaVine too. The issue is a lot of these niggas we really don't know. Been more stars during Braun era than MJ's era who did the dunk contest is easy to lie about shit when you don't know the history. Boy, you funny as hell. I can tell you a LeBron dick rider. Pacers Thunder NBA Finals. The shit was terrible. Two small market teams. I ain't got to do shit but stay black and die. The fuck? Save all your 2Ks, NCAA's like good EA games before it all went to shit. Only outlet out of this nightmare sports. What? All right, bro. I'm not reading all that. In my opinion, when LeBron retired, and if all right, hold on. When LeBron retires, and if ever Adam Silver were to step down, it would take years for the NBA to recover their image. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. They've done too much damage. Done way too much damage. Like, sure, it does help that you got like players who willing to talk shit, are willing to troll, willing to get under people's skin. Like he ain't a star player, but Isaiah Stewart, he got someone that's ready to be an enforcer. You got really the Pistons as a whole. Dylan Brooks, you got players like that, or Anthony Edwards, say a Wemby. But they need more than that. Because I remember a point where every team had an enforcer. It ain't like that now. So you shading Nate Robinson, he missed 20 dunks and still won. That's when you know it was cooked. Who else did that? It was Birdman, Chris Anderson. I think he was another one. He was in the dunk contest with J.R. Smith. I might be wrong, but I want to say Nate was in that one too. If not, it was Gerald Green. But I remember they kept trying this dunk over and over and over and over. And I think that's when they put the dunk clock in there. Brown was the first major superstar to decline to do the dunk contest after others followed suit. Yep. What I've been saying, bro. Seriously. This one ain't been bad. It's bad during football season. I get asked the same dumbass questions. This one, it's not as bad. It's just more like the LeBron's dick riders and shit. The last good NBA season was 2019-2020. Then, yeah, shit was heating up. I ain't even gonna lie. That was like the last time I really got like locked in. I was like, oh man, I cannot wait for this shit. All-Star game was competitive. Playoffs about to heat up. World shut down. World shut the fuck down. I'm like, that all the steam gone. All the steam gone. And then they came back with this bubble idea. Clearly was not the same as watching with fans and shit like that in this empty ass arena on some AAU shit. Was not the same. And what made it worse was everybody and their mama knew the Lakers was gonna win. Like, I mean, it was obvious before the whole CV19 shit. They got Anthony Davis in the offseason. That should have been a dead giveaway. But yeah, and of course, Kobe passing. But when they came back for the bubble, it was like, oh shit, we know the Lakers finna win this shit. And then they started the new season, like a month later in arenas, but they empty and you got these tarps with the advertisements and shit on them with fake crowd noise. And it's like, who you fooling? Like, we see these empty seats here, but we hear the crowd noise. Same thing the NFL was doing, but they got a bigger field so you can kind of get away with the shit until you saw certain camera angles. NBA, not so much. Too obvious. And I remember college basketball, they were just like, fuck it, we ain't even gonna have a tournament. We ain't even gonna do that. We just gonna wait. That was probably the last time like 2K was really popping before the shit went super downhill. It was right around that time as well. Especially during that time when there was no basketball. You had no choice. You had to make your own league. And it got to the point some people they were just watching the CPU play each other. That's how much they was missing sports. Same with was it sucks with Madden, but people was doing that with Madden and shit. They were really just putting two teams together, just sitting there watching that shit. Knowing like the computer do some bullshit. Nets Bucks 2021 playoffs was good. Exactly. Nobody dunks in game anymore. The contest consists of high flyers. Everyone's a shooter now. Times can change, man. Times will change. You got a couple though that ain't afraid to dunk on a nigga and shit. Miles Bridges, that's one of them. He ain't afraid to dunk on shit. Like every time I see like a really good, like aggressive dunk, like one of the fuck you dunks, I get hype. I ain't gonna lie, I get hype. I'm like, okay, that's what the fuck we need. One of those. Like I need one of those. You push the nigga out the way midair, then dunked on his shit, and then you stare him down and talk shit. That's what I want to see. Or even better, give me a one of them Brandon Knight posters. That's what we need. We need another DeAndre Jordan on Brandon Knight type of dunk. To them cheating ass niggas on 2K. I can't even play that shit no more, man. Like they didn't gone too far with the online stuff, like basically making it basketball GTA and shit. It's too much. I think everything was peaked before CV19, NFL, NBA. NBA was already going downhill, but they was kind of back on the upswing around that time too. Because this is when we just got out of that Warriors Cavs fatigue. Because the Raptors ended up winning the season before. NFL, it was still Tom Brady. This was before the Chiefs. So that shit really didn't change too much with the NFL. It was still Brady, Mahomes. Out the last NBA final star for 2020, which one was my favorite? It definitely wasn't the Suns and the Bucks. And this you gave me some tough, like we talk about finals that weren't even truly exciting in that span for real. Like that's rough, bro. For 2020, come on. Obviously not Denver, Miami. Obviously not that. Obviously not the bubble. Suns Bucks was not a fan of that one. I probably have to say that the Warriors and the Celtics. Celtics Mavericks, that wasn't it. Last year on paper, that looked good because it was a 7-game series. But the problem is one of the teams, they shooting all these goddamn free throws. One dude is addicted to going to the free throw line. When the Suns got blown out in game 7, you was so heated because how you going to go 64-18 and get destroyed by the Mavericks? I was in disbelief when I watched that game. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if I was doing you. I think I was. Yeah, I think I was doing like the rigged NBA shit. But yeah, I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way you get beat this bad. Shit, speaking of getting beat really bad, there was a softball game yesterday where Oklahoma beat UTEP. Mind you, UTEP was at home. 34-0 in 5 innings. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that makes more sense now. But yeah, they beat them 34-0. First inning, they put up 8. I'm saying again, the first inning, they put up 8. Second one, none. Third, 20. 20. Or excuse me, not 20, 12. My bad, 12. That don't make it any better. 20 runs in 3 innings. Cancel the team at that point. Everybody who has a scholarship should have lost it that same day. In the middle of the game, everybody should have lost their scholarship. If there's an NIL deal involved with UTEP softball, they should have lost that shit too. That's a football score. That's a football blowout. No way. That goes for the Suns and the Mavericks, man. If you getting beat that bad in the playoffs, I don't give a shit if it's scripted. You should lose some money for that. You should absolutely lose some money for that. That's what they need to start doing since these niggas want to gamble and shit. Really hit they if your team loses, no matter who the fuck the money, who you put your money on, you lose money. That's what they need to do. So even if you set all your homies up, you said I'm gonna sell so the other team can win, and they got their money on the other team. Nah, nigga, you gotta lose some money. That's how that shit need to go. You need to lose some money. They gave SGA them bailout calls late in Game 4 against the Pacers. And you know what made it worse too, besides the fact that all them free throws in Game 7, a game that wasn't close because the star player for the Pacers, who've essentially been keeping their ass in the playoffs during this little run, got injured. That's another thing about the NBA. Sure, the NFL does fake injuries and shit, but even then, they will still at some point find a way to put them on the field. So they're in the game and give you a reason to watch said team. NBA, they're like, nah, fuck that. So and so's out. He ain't gonna play. Sorry, you gotta watch this third stringer or the eighth man on the eighth man being too nice. The 10th man on the bench. You gotta watch him. You gotta Google who he is first, and you gotta watch him be a starter. That's what's killing the NBA too. Niggas sitting out. Chris Paul cut the lead to 42. To this day, I still see that, especially after he retired. They talking about Chris Paul cut the lead to 42. That's next level trolling, though, right there. And I think he went out probably the saddest too. Out of any of like the early 2000s players, he went out sad as hell. Got cut by the Clippers, essentially shipped out. Went to the Raptors, obviously didn't play, and I was like, oh, he retired. Got passed around. Journeyman. Celtics went 64-18. They beat the Mavericks in Game 5 to win. Yeah. You know what made it worse was how they set up their Game 5 by getting their ass beat by not even fucking trying in Game 4. And it's like everybody could see it too. It's like, man, y'all niggas ain't tricking nobody. We know what y'all trying to do. Y'all gonna lose now, so y'all can go home and win on the Boston court. Like, come on. Halliburton was cooking right before that injury too. Yeah. And NBA, that's gonna be their downfall, man. I'm telling you. They need to do some different shit. They need to stop having these star players get injured. Like big time star players they need to stop doing that shit. I understand parlays, all that. Nah, nigga, you find a new way to do it. If you want them to not put up their points, make them have a bad game. That's it. So at least you get to see them play. But goddamn, nah, y'all. It's like, nah, we just gotta take them out the whole lineup. Take them out the whole series. The sole reason people tune in to watch, say, this team versus that team was these players. We want to see what they were gonna do in the matchup. But nah, we ain't gonna put him in there. Nah, he gonna have an ankle injury. He gonna be out for the rest of the playoffs. Nah. Who needs to see star players go against each other in the playoffs? Like who needs to see that? Who needs to see that? Like that's really how Adam Silver be thinking, bro. Shit is just frustrating, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? One of these days, hockey gonna pass the NBA. Call me crazy, but one of these days, the NHL gonna pass the NBA. Especially if they keep doing what they doing. It'll eventually get to that point. And the thing about the NHL, they actually gonna fight. Most of the time in the NBA, they not gonna fight. Every now and again, you might get a nigga who throw a punch. Most of the time, they looking for somebody to hold them back. It's like they'll get up in each other's face, then back. Both of them be back in the fuck back talking shit. It's like neither y'all really trying to do shit. Y'all were just trying to talk shit. Y'all weren't even really trying to fight. You don't see anything they could do. They'd have to do something that's probably not gonna happen, and let's change the playing style back to I don't want to say early 2000s, but they need to do something. Basically, cut down the number of threes being shot. Probably won't happen, and bring back the mid-range jumper or something to where it's not just a few players. That's what they need to do. But at this point, boy, they cooked. They charboiled. They are fried. They don't even have fire playoff intros anymore. They don't even have fire NBA finals intros. You remember they used to make that shit a big deal back when they had the trophy on the court and the finals cursive script on the court. They used to show the team specific special interests and shit, like the Celtics versus Lakers back when the big three, KGDM went against the Lakers. Man, that shit was lit. They don't do that no more. Granted, you can see that now with the league pass or streaming to the east, where they ain't got no commercials. You can see all this shit, but it was just special back then. The NBA script writers to the Super Bowl, they dead ass give us Josh Dobbs and Drew Lock. They really would. That's the crazy part. I wouldn't be mad at the Josh Dobbs one because I'm a little biased. But yeah. As if it wasn't bad enough this year. It was a snooze. This Super Bowl was a snooze fest. I think the Pacers wouldn't have made it if Jason Tatum didn't fake that injury because Celtics not going back to back. 80s, and we know the 80s was good. The shit fell off really around. I'm not gonna blame KD, but around that time is really when the Rockets mimicked the Warriors' strategy on offense. That's when the shit slowly started going downhill. Because then it turned into, I guess this is the only way we can win is just chuck up a shit ton of threes. And they shot more of them than the damn Warriors. So, and then every other team started copying and trying to do the same shit and replicating it despite not having the right personnel to pull this shit off. That's what ruined it. They're gonna shame the Knicks again. Did I see the KD files? He was flaming a bunch of his former teammates. He got a lot of teammates to pick from. I'm not surprised. That man stay on Twitter. Even when it's not him, he be on Twitter. Nah, that shit crazy. I hate when these games make the shit look so good with the cutscenes and you play it and be glitchy as fuck. The new WWE 2K26 shit. But yeah, Kevin Durant stay flaming his teammates and shit. He just try to act, he try to be low key about it and shit. Try to keep a low profile with all these burner accounts. The shit don't work. The shit don't work. This small ball ruined it. It's chucking up the threes. That's what did. The over reliant analytics is the better word. Analytics is what ruined it. Talking about, the 3-point shot is a higher chance in the long three. And they got real technical, for lack of a better term. There was a bunch of people that never played basketball trying to dictate what the fuck teams should be doing. It works from a gambling perspective. That analytics shit kind of makes sense. But from an entertainment perspective, horrible. Horrible. Called Russ a triple double cocaine bear. I mean, he not wrong. And that's not even like, really, that's a compliment when you think about it. And he not wrong, dude. Does Russ not play like he a little bit off? He to play with nose look like, think about it. Like, really think about it. He not wrong. Any thoughts on the Cavs with the backcourt of Mitchell and Harden? I think you the first one to ask. Same shit they finna do. It's James Harden. Y'all know how this shit go. Pattern recognition. What happens when James Harden ends up in a game 7 in the playoffs? How does that go? And Donovan Mitchell, man, like, think about him. He always got to drop 40 just for his team to be in the game. No, Utah, Cleveland. He always got to put up all these points and shit to keep his team alive in the playoffs. Fall short all the time too. But I expect more of the same. Donovan Mitchell probably going to pick up the slack for James Harden in the game, and Harden the shots just ain't hitting. Have I thought about watching college? Of course. Hell yeah. Remember KD on the bench laughing at Russ stealing teammates' rebounds back in 2018? Because, I mean, we all seen it. Or when teammates just went out their way to not get the rebound so Russ could get it. Now you got big man clearing out the paint and shit. Like, wait, let Russ get through. Like, what? It's usually the other way around. Guard's supposed to get back on defense. Big men get the boards. Nah, not in this situation. Not OKC Russ. That shit was funny as hell though. There better be a point to this nigga getting all these pyrotechnics in the ring, like Penta moving different. If I ain't know any better, I would have thought he had a belt on, but he don't. Nah, that shit no, it's funny. NBA and NFL skinning instead of shearing the sheep. Cooked as fuck. That's ironic because the man went to Duke, bro. Call that man, that nigga slow. He said that man sped. Jabari Smith caught the craziest straight. That's crazy. Damn. That's one of the plays you kind of low key forget about too. Like he wasn't bad, but like he didn't live up to his potential. Exactly. You got this big 7-foot New Zealander with tribal tats acting like, oh, I can't do that. I can't touch it. Oh, this Russ. I gotta act like I don't see that ball. But yeah, that was a very interesting time in basketball when that man was after that triple double. Still, it was still fun to watch though. But sheesh, someone said it best. 2020. That was all this steam that was built up, cooked, gone. Oh, I'm thinking Jabari Parker. My bad. That's what I'm thinking of. Jabari Parker, Jabari Smith. Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense then. That does track because I know that Auburn team did have some. They weren't the brightest. They could hoop, but they were not the brightest. But yeah, have me wonder what's up with Jabari Parker. I want to know. I think last I saw he was overseas or something like that. Call that man low key sped. Is crazy as hell though. Before you know it, this man gonna have audio like Young Thug, and it's gonna be a new basketball player every single day. And they're gonna be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" It's gonna be NBA beef, and then niggas gonna start rapping and getting in the booth. I mean, you know, KD rap. I mean, he ain't the damn near all these niggas rap in the league now. Smith went to LSU. That don't make it any better. He might still be sped. That nigga might be a little sped. But that's crazy as fuck though, yo. So that man slow. That's funny as hell. I still wish Zion Williams went to a bigger market team. I think it's gonna happen eventually. I wish Zion went to a bigger market team than the fucking Pelicans. Cause that man, whenever he is not on some bullshit, be entertaining. It's like that's what we thought. That's what we thought she was gonna be. But it's only for a short duration of time, and then it's back to the same bullshit. Apparently, Jordan stopped his shoes too. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned the Knicks. I will say this about the New York Knicks because for a minute they obviously didn't do shit until Brunson got there and Karl Anthony Towns and all that. Basketball is more fun to watch whenever the Knicks are good, specifically the playoffs. Kind of like how the Cowboys being good in football makes the NFL playoffs more exciting to watch. Even if you know what they're gonna do, it's just something about it that makes it more exciting to watch. Same thing applies to the Knicks. They need to get more of those type of teams in the playoffs. So I guess to build back up that the hype for the playoffs. Now, what happens in the playoffs? They need to work on that. I can't control that, but they need to get those certain teams, those certain markets back in the playoffs. Be on the Hornets better than be on the Rockets. Hey man, the Hornets ain't no slouch. But the NBA did Zion so bad. Why do not in the dunk contest? There you go, power dunker. Like a lot of the crazy shit you might have saw. That nigga was in high school. Little bit of Duke too. But I mean, even then, it wasn't like he wasn't going between the legs. No, he wasn't doing all that. But and his knees, boy, his knees be fucked up too. Like I feel like one dunk contest would fuck up Zion's knees for 5 years. So Zion in New York would have been fire. He need to just go to a bigger market team. Somebody, anybody. Just get him off the Pelicans, bro. Like ain't nobody watching the sorry ass Pelicans. Put him on a team that actually gets national TV time. That's what the fuck they need to do. Same way they was able to get Luca to go to the Lakers for no apparent reason whatsoever, and then repay him with Cooper Flack. Do this or the same thing they did with Anthony Davis to end up getting Zion. Do that same shit. Get homeboy from BYU, send him to the Pelicans or some shit. Send Zion to a bigger team. Obviously, the trade deadline closed, but that's what the fuck they need to do. Get that man the fuck up out of New Orleans. And Anthony Davis, speaking of which, that nigga need to retire. Go ahead, retire. You already out for the season on a new team. You done got Michael Jordan's number and everything. Go and retire, bro. Go ahead, retire. You got your money. That's another thing. These NBA players are overpaid as hell. Like they play less percentages of a season than previous generations, yet get way more money. That's another thing too. So I say when they team lose, hurt them pockets. Hit their pockets. Even if they want to sit out and low manage, hit their pockets. Your team lost, you ain't play. Hit them pockets. That's what the fuck they need to do. But man, I'm finna get on up out of here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We out, man. You know, wear condoms, stay warm, drink water, say no to drugs. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but touching kids is wrong. Apparently, there's some rich motherfuckers who think otherwise. Fucking bastards. But yeah, man, we out.